I'm Julie.
And I'm Melanie.
And we're Moms on a Mission,
empowered to bring abundance to our families.
No, did we introduce Corinne? We didn't do an introduction, did we?
No.
Hey,
We're talking about boobs.
Yeah, that's right. Stop talking about boobs. You're such a perv. Okay. Hey, girls.
Hey.
So we have a special braid girl today. This is Corinne. You all already know her and love her. But we are so blessed.
But like she's live.
I know, that's the thing. I keep wanting to like reach out and be like, is she really here? I feel like I'm a little bit of a sponge right now because I keep absorbing her energy, and I know that I'm doing it, and I apologize.
No, I'm
really trying to absorb your energy because she's only going to be here for just a few hours, and we've had some amazing, heartwarming, blessing conversations that have just really enriched all of us. I hope all of us, but I have felt enriched. So we're talking today about the blessings that Corinne would like to share with us and questions that we have because she amazes us, and we just love her so much. So you really need her in your life. Make sure to go check her out, and she just has a lot of wealth. And if you've seen her on Cody's channel, you'll see that she's been helping him with a lot of diet stuff, and we've been trying to up our diet game as well. And so go check her out and love on her.
So when you have studies that show healthy populations eating a wide variety of food, and you hear in modern times, you hear a lot about paleo, first it was Atkins, and this low-carb way of eating, and people notoriously lose a lot of weight, and that seems to be the focus. And what makes me concerned about that is you're following a diet that may or may not work with your body.
Right.
You're following a diet to lose weight, and we know that doesn't work.
Right.
You only end up gaining weight back.
Well, and there's always some reason that you're not losing weight naturally, because as soon as we changed our food, my body just balanced itself.
Yeah. Weight is a symptom.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can't lose the weight, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people, when they're younger and active, you eat a certain amount of food. As I've gotten older, I'm able to eat less food than I used to. So I'm not running anymore, but I have to be very careful. And I have friends that can eat twice as much as I do and stay fairly moderately, a weight similar to my own. And so if you're following a specific diet that is about a scarcity diet or a limiting diet, you're setting yourself, I think, up for failure. So whatever you want to do, if you keep nutrition at the core and the center of what's motivating you, then you will succeed. And so having said that, nutrition is an important part of both of your lives because it's had to be. And so to introduce foods that are nutritionally dense, I think, is so vitally important. And it's foods that our parents probably didn't use. It's going to be foods that are unfamiliar to us, like chlorella, which is a single-celled organism that grows on ponds, basically pond scum, but it's pure chlorophyll, which is one molecule away from iron. And so it's so easily, readily absorbed into our bodies. And it's such a good protein source, and it's just such a good cleanser for the body. So taking a teaspoon of that and putting it in your smoothie or over your yogurt or in some honey or mixed with peanut butter is a really good way to just boost the nutrient value of that food without going really crazy, because kids are picky. And so you got to be careful when you're introducing some of these weird things.
My mom, when I was a kid, this is some of my mom's strange foods. So nourishing traditions, about eating according to your culture and where your blood is from.
Ancestors, yeah.
So my mom, when we would butcher cows, would harvest the raw pituitary gland and feed it to us. The raw. She wouldn't cook it. She raw. And anything else that she could think of that might be beneficial to our family. And I got to the point where you would ask Mom what was in something and then not believe her about what she said was in it.
Because it was so outrageous.
You just knew there were, and any time that she said something was delicious, you knew not.
Yeah, it was not going to be delicious.
There was one oil that was like flaxseed oil, and it was called Yito's Choice.
Yeah, I know it.
A good nutritional type oil. And it makes me gag just to think of it. And she would pour it in like 2 tablespoons worth in a spoon.
Here's your oil.
It's so good. And so we'd be like, okay. and think of just swallowing 2 tablespoons of like any oil that's thick and viscous and just ugh.
Yeah, we used to get cod liver oil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like the
rough.
mint flavored stuff.
Mom said that I actually got to where I kind of liked it. I think my body knew it was healthy, and so I would kind of ask for it. She said that I would say, Mom, can I have my sunshine? Because I think it had an orange flavor or something like that. Not anymore. Oh, I gag just thinking about it. Because, yeah, I don't do well with it anymore.
So if you change your framing of how you perceive or how you go into a task, and you think about the gratitude of the little people that you get to feed, you know, of the food.
As they're going like this,
Yeah.
Did you see my last canning video with Annabelle? Mom, 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 Mom.
Oh.
I'm so out of my league.
But I can totally resonate with what you're saying, though, because I have this wonderful mama friend that I just adore her. And she does yoga and she does meditation and stuff like that. And she posts these pictures on Facebook. And it's the cutest thing you've ever seen because she's in all of her poses and everything. And I don't know all the right terminology. But it's so cute because she has her kids like literally hanging off of her.
And she's trying to find her zen.
She's still finding her zen. And so then she added kids to the mix, and she's like, I don't know how to do it. They climb all over me and they talk to me the whole time and I can't concentrate. Now she's got 2, but you know, she kept doing it, and I think that was the thing that was so important. She kept doing it. But literally, I mean, I wish I could show you her pictures of her kids like hanging on her while she's in her poses. And now it's something that she really treasures and is very precious, and she's found it, but it took her a couple years to get there.
Well, it does, and people have a lifelong, you know, whether it's prayer, whether it's intentionality, whether it's meditation, but a lifelong practice and still struggle every time.
Yeah. But that is, it is a good, really, really good way to think about it. So often I'm just like, oh, and I wait till way too late, till everybody's hungry, because I don't want to do it. So I put it off, and then it's like, here's some rice. I keep having people say, could you show me all of your dinners for the whole week? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I don't know what I'm cooking tomorrow. What are you talking about?
Like, we ate rice last night, and then tonight we ate baked potatoes. Like, I'm not showing you that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Because I eat some weird stuff.
At 9 o'clock at night. That's when I fed my kids last night. 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. That's very European.
I think that the intention, I've noticed lately, we got rid of our dishwasher. And we got rid of it just because our income was lower, so we couldn't afford dishwasher tabs. But it was a real bonding experience with me and my kids, because during the day I'm so busy, I have a hard time finding time to be intentional with them. And I found that by doing dishes with them, I would look out the window at my goats, and I found myself calming during a very hectic part of my day and finding that I was touching my children, I was touching the dishes, I felt grateful for the food we just eaten, and it really has become something that feels like a meditation, because my world suddenly slows down. And lately I have found that by sharpening my knife before I cut the vegetables up, it slows me down a little bit, makes the experience a little bit happier because it's sharper. It goes nicely, and so that kind of like mindful preparation for certain parts of the day that are supposed to be taking too much time because the dishwasher is so much faster, instead have helped me to focus in on it so it doesn't feel like drudgery. It feels like a blessing. You know?
And I think that's why our family is so drawn to this off-grid lifestyle. And because it's so easy for all of us, you know, to turn on the TV, turn on the computer, turn on this, turn on that. And when you're in such a big space like we are here, it's like everybody could be in their own room. And you don't even see them. And my heart just longs for us to get back to where things really are, where the purpose of our existence is to take care of our kids and not just like, okay, we survived through that day, you know? Or like you said, to distract them through a day. I want to actually, you know, we pulled our kids out of a bunch of summer activities last year because we wanted to focus our family attention on the garden. And that was so wonderful. But I need to do, we're getting it outside, but I need to figure out how to do it in the house. And it needs to happen all around food.
Well, I think it's important what you said about the sharpening your knife, because that introduces an element of ritual.
Yeah.
And ritual, it nurtures us somewhere really primal. And so it makes a space and kind of frames an experience. So the other day I was listening to a rabbi on a podcast, and this woman was on there talking about growing up secular and not having ritual. And so she decided to honor the Sabbath, the Sabbat, with a technology Sabbat. So as a family, they were so disconnected. So Friday nights at sundown, no electronics for 24 hours. It anchors the week, and it gave them, because we work from home, and so like I'll call my insurance agent and ask for stuff on Sunday, and then I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, it was the weekend.
Oops.
And so
every day is the same.
I just get to play with my working friends. And so it anchors the week, and it sets the intention. And so she said, I'm not a religious person, but now we have this family ritual that we participate in.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really cool. And I've been thinking about that. For me, I'm like, Glenn and I could do that.
Yeah.
You know, no Facebook, no YouTube, no nothing.
We tried yesterday and I made it 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. But what if you make it a spiritual
I think if we did it as a family thing.
Yeah, and a family thing to be
then it would
accountable.
be much easier.
Yeah. And I thought, like, at the beginning of the day, we did that. I had that impression at the beginning of the day. We need, so we're not going to church today. We're just home, but we could just turn everything off and make sure that we're reading stories and playing games and making meals.
Yeah.
And we tried it. I think I made it more than 3 hours, but it's still, I was amazed at how much better I felt about my work when I went back to it, because I had taken that break.
Yeah.
Because then it was a joy to come back to my work and to just get it done quickly, instead of feeling like I had all the time in the world to get it done, so I could pop in and out during the day.
Yeah.
And it was blissful. It was blissful. So thanks for watching Braid Girls, guys, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
They're beautiful, but they don't live in trees, and they eat everything. So they wait until the peas are beautiful, and they're fully formed, and they're almost ripe, and then 2 more days, and I go out, and every pea is gone, or like every lettuce start is gone, and so I have to trap them all the time. It's just a constant. It's my war with the ground squirrels.
How do you have to get one of the big traps? Because that sounds a lot bigger than a mouse.
I got this hilarious thing called the Squirrelinator.
Squirrelinator.
It's this big square thing that has 2 doors, one on each side, and it, of course, on the box it shows like 25 squirrels in the Squirrelinator, because when I trap them, I have to take them a river body away. So I either have to take them to Washington State or on the other side to town. Yeah. And so then the people from town are bringing them over up, because I live by the forest, so they're like bringing them back, I'm sure. And so I thought the Squirrelinator was going to be the answer, because I was getting 1 squirrel in at a time, and then I have to motor the squirrel away and then come back and reset. And I usually I could only get them in the morning, so then that would be a day was lost. So I'm like, oh, the squirrelinator. No, one squirrel at a time in this big ass trap. And so then last year I put the squirrelinator out, and there was a mom with babies. And I caught the whole family, and it was very similar to the squirrelinator ad. So I'm like, oh, it actually works. If you catch the mom
The
first,
whole family.
then the babies will come in. Or maybe I caught one baby and the mom went to get it, and
Oh,
then
funny.
yeah, and then I got them all. But yeah,
Why can't they just eat something wild and like?
I would plant stuff for them.
I know,
if they'd
right?
Stay out of
If
the
they
garden.
would stay out of it.
I would give them a whole part of the yard. I'd plant grass seed or whatever they liked.
Whatever you want,
Yeah.
go take it. Just stay out of here because you're going to die, or you're going to end up in another part of town where someone else can eat
Yeah,
you.
yeah. In a really high densely squirrel populated area. I've taken hundreds. It's like the
Somebody
squirrel ghetto.
hates you.
And there are no houses
that
down there. It's all
awful?
businesses, and then there's a railroad track, and there's blackberries, and there's a river for them. It's perfect.
You're like, this is ground squirrel habitat, guys.
Yeah.
This is where you're going.
Esther's littlest one, she goes, I have a question for you. I go, okay. And she goes, are you a real princess?
Oh, that's so cute. He needs one. Just like, I don't want to do it.
And Glenn has
hairs everywhere.
Glenn has like, he would be like a munchichi. He has like 10 people worth of hair, like a little monkey. So he starts asking and asking and asking. And so then I'm cutting his hair, and he's like, I'm like, stop it.
Right? Would you do
You're
this
gonna,
at the
you're gonna
salon?
walk. I'm gonna stop. I'm having half a haircut.
Lose an eye. Isn't that the funniest thing? It's such a compliment, but at the same time, it's like, I'm a human being, not a walking whatever you happen to be
Squeak
poking
toy.
at the moment.
It's pretty funny.
What are we going to talk about today?
Boobs and getting fondled by your husband.
And then everybody's going to be like, what were you girls talking about? A selfie video though, like on my phone. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, guess what, guys?
Oh,
I want to do too.
And I guess I have to do an outro now.
Yeah.
Because I just did an intro. Okay.
That was so sweet.
You were just going to combine them all in one. I know, right?
Let's just get everything inside out. My feet are asleep. Is anybody else in pain?
Mhm.
Okay.
My feet are asleep too.
That's not good.